Yo, what it do for you, Philadelphia Eagles fans? It's your boy Philly Day One, and with our last preseason and a preseason game in the books, now the roster cuts down to 53. The 53-man roster is becoming something everybody's kind of predicting, and I thought it was my time to come on in here and give you some predictions that I thought from the battles and stuff that have been going on throughout training camp, and if you didn't know, the teams have to cut down their rosters to 53 men. And on Tuesday, about 4 o'clock, um, everybody should be at 53. These are some of the guys that I feel like should make the roster. Some of the guys who we probably should let go from the roster. We're gonna get into talking about some people or how they might move in some directions. We're gonna talk about all of that. We are going to talk about Chandler McKee getting disrespected as far as this list that came out about the number two quarterbacks in the rankings of number two quarterbacks. Chandler McKee is, in my opinion, way too low. Way too low. Some of these people ain't got starting quarterbacks that is better than Tanner McKee, and they got him as low as they do, and I don't understand it, but we're gonna talk about that. We also gonna get into the trade where we traded for Sam Howell from the Minnesota Vikings. We're gonna talk about the terms of that trade and reason for that trade and what we plan on doing with Sam Howell because um, Tanner McKee, if you did not know, injured his finger on his throwing hand. So he will not be ready to go week one. And they kind of don't know how long it'll be until he's ready to go. But you do want to have your second quarterback ready by the season start, especially with the way we run offense, heavy run. Sometimes Jalen kind of runs the ball. He does a really good job of protecting himself, but it can still end up in an injury. So you want to have a second quarterback so you don't lose no games. So we're gonna talk about all that, and so let's get into it. So look, we did not talk about Jacorian Bennett. I'm a big fan of Bennett because I think that he can be that. Adoree Jackson probably will start the season, but Jacorian Bennett has so many great tools about him. He will not get us a lot of interceptions. It will be like having Quinyon Mitchell from last year, but you can't really throw at him. You know what I'm saying? He's not making you comfortable throwing the ball at him. So Jacorian Bennett has very, very sticky coverage, and he's really good at getting PBUs. I want to play a video so y'all can see the pass coverage reps he had in that Jets game. That way, you guys get a kind of understanding, man. He is on every one of these throws. They're not super open throws. The man has speed. He loves praying. He loves playing at the line of scrimmage. So, he likes to get his hands on receivers. That can bowl well for a lot of teams that like to go, like the Commanders. They like to go with these bunch formations and throwing these very dinky dunky bunch formations. And if you can't really do that when the cornerback is so close up onto the receivers. So let me play this film for y'all so y'all can see what I mean. Yes. He on all these passes. All these passes. There's some passes he might be a little more aggressive than others. I can see him getting a couple of flags here and there. But if you look at him, he's on all of these plays, every last one of them. Even when catches are being made, those are some really good catches that they're making because he's draped all over them. Not only him as a defensive back has been impressive this training camp, but Perry Nicholson has been pretty impressive in training camp too. The problem with Perry Nicholson is he's 30 years old. So we're getting a man who might not be in his prime, but him playing in the nickel. Do you necessarily need to be in your prime playing in the nickel? You just got to like understand the game and do what he did in the Jets game because he played very well in that Jets game. I also want to talk about Perry Nicholson. Well, first, let me show y'all a clip of the interception he had. Let's run the interception.
For those who don't know, it's 9 hot dogs, 9 beers, 9 innings. Wow. And picking off Cook is Perry Nicholson.
So, like I was saying before, it's going to come down to either Perry Nicholson or Eli Ricks. I don't believe that they're going to totally get out on Keely Ringo because of the camp he's had. He hasn't had a really good camp, but I don't think that they're going to just jump off the wagon with him. So Eli Ricks might be the one who go. If he's not the one that goes, it might be Perry Nicholson. Perry Nicholson's played very well. Eli Ricks has played pretty well this training camp. So I'm not sure. I'm not a fan of either one of them going really, but we do need a Dory Jackson. Um, Jacorian Bennett is somebody who's just rising up. Each time he gets reps, he gets better and better and better. So I don't know. Whichever way they decide, they probably see something that I don't see. They see these guys practice all the time. So, but like I said, Perry Nicholson with the cameras on him, he's being targeted. He is balling. He is balling. Let's get into some of these cut downs. As far as quarterback is concerned, I don't think it's going to be shocking to anybody that we cut DTR. Kyle McCord hasn't been playing much better than him, but Kyle McCord is a rookie. He just got drafted. I doubt that they're going to cut Kyle McCord for DTR. So it's just, both of them ain't playing that great. When they're out there getting opportunities, they're not playing that great. But you would rather have somebody you drafted for, and he's got 2 years, give him 2 years, that little deal going on. As far as the receivers, I know Johnny Wilson had the injury, and it's a season-ending injury, which kind of knocked him out of the running for wide receiver 5. We're gonna say 5 because Michi is most definitely 4. So we're gonna say 5. Anais Smith, people have been saying he's been having a really good camp, but as Anais Smith, you've seen the last video that I posted. Anais Smith has not been getting open by himself. They've been scheming things to get Anais Smith open. There's in those times where he's getting open, he's catching the ball. That's one thing that you can't say is good about him, but he is not routing himself open. And Anais Smith had a couple of passes in that Jets game that let me know he just not like that. You know what I'm saying? And he's not that dude. Even when he's doing punt recoveries, he had one good punt recovery, and got 40-something yards off of it. I expect more out of him because he's a speedster, and I'm not getting that from him. I think Anais Smith is somebody we should give up on and ultimately get cut. Now there's some place for him on another team. We probably can get something out of him if we trade him, but him making this team over Decorius Bennett. I'm not Bennett. I'm sorry. Cooper. Darius Cooper. Sorry. Darius Cooper is a much better wide receiver than Anais Smith. I know he's a draft pick, and that makes a difference because you don't want to be cutting your draft picks, but when they're not performing like that, and you got a chance to bring somebody who's showing that they have a little more juice, yeah, cut them. I mean, in my opinion, play the best guys. Terrence Marshall, who was having a really good training camp in the Jets game, he got some bad balls. I don't think that was on Terrence Marshall Jr. More so than Kyle McCord was throwing it to him. So Terrence Marshall Jr. was having a good camp. He's probably not going to make the team. Elijah Cooks, he's probably not going to make the team. He had like 2 bad balls thrown to him in last game. He couldn't. There's no way he could have got to those balls. But he was having a really good camp as well until he injured his shoulder. He probably won't make the team as well. I could see Elijah Cooks making a practice squad, but outside of that, he probably won't make the 53-man roster. When we make it to the safeties, Lewis Seen was actually in that trade. No, he was not in the trade. I'm sorry. Lewis Seen was actually waived today. Yeah, Lewis Seen was waived today by the Philadelphia Eagles to make roster space for the trade that just happened. So I knew that he was involved in the trade in some way, but I was talking really fast. Takor Castro Fields is a defensive back I know nothing about, so that's not a good thing. He's been injured from what I've seen earlier on, but I don't see him making the team. Maxine Hooker, he was a former safety with Quinyon Mitchell. He was Quinyon Mitchell's safety, and it was a Toledo. He won't make the roster. I think we're keeping 3 safeties, and it's probably going to be Sidney Brown, Reed Blankenship, and Andre McCouble. Them the only 3 safeties I see us keeping. If we keep 4, I can see us keeping Tristan McCollum. Yeah, he was really high on Tristan McCollum. I can see us keeping Tristan McCollum, but I don't see if we keeping 3. Tristan McCollum won't make it. Andrew Sam played pretty well. Coverage wise, Andrew Sam and Tristan McCollum are 2 different safeties. I can see Tristan McCollum, if we got somebody backing up Reed Blankenship, then I can see it be Tristan McCollum backing up and Reed Blankenship. But if we're trying to get somebody to back up, I guess the free safety position, Andre Sam would be the guy I go for. But I don't know where they're kind of neck and neck doing totally different things. It's just kind of like what Vic want to see in his defense. That's all that'll be the difference. And let's get into the trade. The Eagles traded for Sam Howell, and to trade for Sam Howell, we got Sam Howell. We got a 5th rounder from 2026, and then we got a 7th rounder from 2027. And in terms, we give to Minnesota a 6th round pick. We got a player, and we got 2 draft picks. I feel like we did pretty well in that draft. In that trade. We got 2 draft picks and a player. I feel like we did really well in that. And the reason for why we have to go and get Sam Howell, Tanner McKee threw throwing hand, the finger. I didn't think it was that bad when I heard of it, but now it seems to be like more of an issue. Like maybe he'll miss a couple of games. Him missing 1 game ain't ideal. Him missing a couple of games might be a problem. So you had to go get somebody we can trust to win a game, to try to win the game. Because Kyle McCord going into week 1 of the Cowboys, you kind of figure we lose that. You know what I'm saying? With Kyle McCord at the helm. So I know I agree with it only because I want to cover all the bases. But that's all I got for you guys, man. Like, comment, subscribe, and turn those post notifications on, man. Let me know how y'all feel about this stuff, man. And we out. Let's go Birds.